Hello, everybody, and welcome to the new online office training and walkthrough. So when you log into the new online office, the first thing you'll notice is that the interface is completely new, modern, and best of all, it's fully responsive. So I'm going to resize my browser, and you will see that the content is going to shift and move with that resize. So what this means is that if you access online office from any device, whether it be a tablet or your phone, you'll see all of the content and you'll have access wherever you are. So if you need to look up property information, access your contacts, all of that will now be available on your phone and available on the go with you. So next, let's talk about the new dashboard. When we come in, we see some announcements that will be configured on a company by company basis. So your admins will have access to create different marketing materials, different announcements, and then quick links of places that you might visit frequently. We have something brand new called the newsfeed. So this is a very social media-esque kind of way to communicate internally. So all of the administrators within your system can post announcements, important things you might want to know about, and you can also communicate with the groups of agents within your system. So you'll see that it defaults to My Newsfeed in this dropdown. If we click into that, we'll see that there's a few different topics. So when different pieces or different posts are published into topics, it allows you to then filter really quickly and kind of focus on content that is of interest to you. If you go to the bottom of that dropdown, you'll also see an all topics pop-up, which then allows you to kind of manage it and subscribe essentially to different topics that you're interested in seeing. Let's talk about how we actually post. So over on the right side, you'll see an orange button for new post. I'll click into this and you'll see that I'm given a few options. So first of all, I can add the actual content of my post. I might want to say, good morning, everyone. Now from here, I can also upload an image or a graphic to supplement what I'm talking about, and I can include a link and I can also embed that link, which means that the system will go out to that external website. It'll pull a photo and an intro from that link URL. So I'm going to cancel out of this. I'll actually go into a post I'd already submitted, a listing that is new on the market. So let's go under Edit, and you can see that I have my content, I have my link, I have embedded the link, so it's went out, it's grabbed this beautiful photo, it's grabbed an intro from that web page, and it is showing right here. So that is how we post to the newsfeed. So next, let's talk about the overall navigation change. So you'll notice the way that things are kind of grouped and organized is a little bit different than it used to be. So what we've done is we've really pulled data on which sections are most frequently accessed by agents, and we've kind of tried to order and group things accordingly. So we'll land on the dashboard. This is where we're going to see notifications and important things that might be going on within the organization. And then the very next section will be properties, our client relations, which is the CRM, and website management and so on. So let's start diving into the next section. So let's talk about properties. So by default, it's actually going to set me to a gallery view. We've put more focus on photos, so it's easy to scan through visually and find the property that you're looking for. We also do have the table view, which allows us to scan pieces of data a little bit easily if we're dealing with larger lists of properties. So let's go in and edit a property. Now, the way that this works is going to be exactly the same as it is today. We have an MLS feed that's going to pull in all of this information for you. So all of the general information is going to pre-populate the way that it does today. But let's just do a quick refresher. So let's say that the MLS has pulled in information for us, but we want to make enhancements. And really common enhancements would be description. Sometimes there's a limitation on how many characters you can enter at the MLS level, but we don't have that limitation version over here. So you can really write out a longer description. You can also enhance it with videos, special formatting, and so on. And then, of course, the other really important enhancement would be making sure that we have lots of high resolution photos. So within the system, it's very easy. Let's say the photos were downsized when they were sent through the MLS. You can quickly delete all photos and then use the upload images to grab an entire folder or a big set of photos to upload. Now, one really exciting improvement to this version of Online Office is that we no longer have a limit on how many photos you can upload. So the MLS import and the consumer website are also adjusted to support this. So let's say you've entered 60 photos at the MLS level, we will pull all of those in. The consumer website slideshow will also grow to accommodate all of those photos. And you can see on my example here, if we look in the upper right-hand corner, on this property, I've uploaded 117 photos. And of course, we know that might not be necessary for all photos, but at least we have the flexibility. We can go over 50 now to accommodate the different needs of these listings. So let's say that we've updated our description, we've uploaded more high resolution photos. The final step, and this is really important, is we want to make sure that the MLS data update status has been changed. So by default, when a property imports from the MLS, we're going to set that to complete update with photos, which means that every single time that import runs, which is approximately every 15 minutes or so, all of the data we get from the MLS will import and will refresh everything we get. Now, if you've made adjustments, we want to make sure that we preserve that data. So I would recommend using price and status with or without photos, depending on which enhancements you've made. So if you've uploaded high resolution photos, use price and status without photos. And that means that we will only update the price and the status of the property, which are really important. So let's say the listing gets sold, goes off market, there's a price drop. We'll make sure that we get those really key updates into our system, but we'll leave all of the other enhancements alone. So next, let's talk quickly about the calendar. This is going to be my personal calendar with items that I've added to it. This is specific to my user account. You can see that from the company calendar, I've added a couple of trainings, but ultimately this is my personal calendar. Next, let's talk about where to find guest accounts. So these would be users that have registered and created a guest account on my agent branded site. Those will show up here. From here, I can add them as contacts and I can keep an eye on them, get additional details on them, and incubate those leads. Next, let's talk about website management. So if I go to my website, this is the new version of our website builder. You'll see a lot of familiar things. So the first thing it's going to ask me to do is set my look so I can choose through a gallery of themes. I apologize, in my demo environment, I don't have the full previews of what the website looks like, but of course in yours, you will see the large preview images. Next, we'll go to customize your settings. So something that's brand new is traditionally we've had just a basic search on the agent websites. Now we also include an advanced version. So this is going to have price, min, max, bed, bathrooms, all as drop downs within that search. So for the migration, everybody will be set to the basic option, which is the streamlined fuzzy search. That's the one that it'll default to. If you're interested in the advanced one, you just come into the My Website Builder and change it over. If we go to build your home page, this is going to have the same drag and drop modules that you have today. Very easy to build out your home page quickly. Let's go under add more pages and I'll show you something new. So we have the ability to add unlimited interior pages. We can also add sub pages and nest them. And if I go in and edit my custom lead gen page and scroll down, you'll see that now we have the ability to add contact forms on a page by page basis. So if you're running a promotion or a campaign, you're trying to direct the traffic to a particular form where you want to gather leads and information, you can do that. So I've selected a simple contact form. If you click on any of these, it will give you a preview of what fields are included in that form. Then we can set what we want this email subject to be. And again, this is the lead email that's going to be sent to us. So I'm calling this my custom lead. I can set the lead email address, which is my own. So I'll have this lead come directly to me. And then the final option is sending a plain text email. So this is really common if we're going to use a third party to parse and manage leads like Lead Router. They often want us to strip out the fancy HTML that makes it look pretty. They just want it to be plain, straightforward information that they can then easily hook on to and parse for you. So if you are sending to any sort of lead parsing system, select the plain text email option. So I'll hit OK, and now I have my custom lead gen page with that form. Blogging, I'm going to kind of skip over. Blogging is very much the same as it's been. You'll still have the option to submit to the company blog, submit to community blogs. Both of those go through an admin approval process. And then, of course, you can blog to your own agent website, and that will go live instantly. Let's talk about Resource Center really quickly. This will still be that internal company information. You might find training materials, forms here. Let's talk about upcoming events, which is a brand new section. So this is a place where your administrators will be able to post different events and different things that are going on for the company. So you can come here, you can see a company-wide calendar, and then you can easily add those to your own personal calendar. So let's see, I have the training tomorrow. I'm going to click the button, add this to my calendar, and it will save it to that personal calendar that we saw under client relations. Next, we'll talk about storage. So this is where all of our cloud-based storage is and the files that we had before. So we will migrate over any files that you have stored under the storage section. Let's talk about the store really quickly. So the store is a new section. There's a couple of things you can do under here. You can upgrade your document storage if you need more space. You can upgrade your webmail storage if that's an integration that you have with that. Next, we'll jump into reporting. So in my demo account, I don't have a lot of traffic and lead information to look at, but the reports that you're familiar with and you have access today would be found here under reporting. Let's look at web score. So I can run the web score for myself as a sales representative. It's going to jump me into that summary. So I can see my web score. I can also find quick links to go in and manage different items where I might want to add more content and improve my web score. So lastly, let's talk about our profile. So if we go into the upper right-hand corner, you can see that if I click on my name, there's going to be a drop down and then I can get to my profile. So my profile is also a quick way that I can get to my web score. So I've logged in, I'm interested in seeing how my web score is doing. I can jump straight into my profile, find that information here. It's also where I can go to add and remove my photo. So through this drop down, I can delete this one, I could download it, I could upload a new one. And if I scroll down to security, we've got a couple new options. So one option is allow administrators to log in as me. So this is kind of common. Let's say you're working on managing some contacts or you're doing something where an admin is trying to come in and help you out. Rather than giving them your password, you can just allow administrators to log in as me, and then they will have access to do that through their drop down in the upper right-hand corner. So here you can also reset your password, update your security question, update phone numbers, and check your MLS listing agent IDs. So this is how we associate your profile to listings that are coming in from the MLS. So if we ever notice that an agent isn't getting a listing tied to them in Online Office, the very first thing we want to check is the MLS listing agent ID to make sure that it's entered on your profile and that it's the correct one. We also have some other user information we can set down here, custom marketing domains and so on, but that is a quick look at my profile. So this kind of concludes the new demo and the walkthrough of our new online office. Again, all data from your current online office system will be migrated over with the exception of Marketing Center items and action plans. So thank you for your time today, and we hope you enjoy the new online office experience.